Happy New Year, guys. And breaking news this morning, Moscow responding after the Obama administration imposes sanctions for its cyber meddling in the presidential election. Welcome to the very last America's Newsroom of 2016. And what a year it has been.
Boy, it has.
Unbelievable.
And it just seems to be speeding up as we end it. I'm Heather Childers. Bill and Martha are off, hopefully celebrating the new year.
As well they should. Been a long year for them. I'm Leland Vittert. Nice to be with you.
Well, the Obama administration expelling 35 suspected intelligence operatives and their families, giving them just 72 hours to leave the country, as well as targeting Russian intelligence agencies and companies. It is one of the biggest diplomatic confrontations between the U.S. and Russia since the Cold War. And all of this coming just 3 weeks before President-elect Trump takes office.
Our bottom line is that what Russia has been engaged in over the last few months and years is unacceptable. It's outside the norms of diplomatic behavior, and the president is sending a message today to tell them to cut it out.
Caroline Shively is live for us at the State Department. Caroline, any retaliation from the Russians so far?
Apparently not, Heather. After all the tough talk and even the threats we heard yesterday from Russian spokesmen, today Russian President Vladimir Putin came out and said they will not be sending any of our diplomats home. Here's his statement, quote, "We will not create problems for U.S. diplomats. We will not expel anybody." Now that's unusual because in past cases when we've kicked the Russians out, they have done a tit-for-tat expulsion of our diplomats. Putin also said in that statement, though, while they have the right to retaliate, they are waiting for the Trump administration to get into office before they make any decisions. Now, it's important to remember this is just an executive order by President Obama. Mr. Trump, as soon as he walks in the door on January 20th, he could roll it back, he could soften it, he could change it any way he wants. And that apparently is what the Russians are hoping for, at least. Here's his spokesman, Putin spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, saying, quote, "We think that such steps of the U.S. administration that has 3 weeks left to work are aimed at two things: to further harm Russian-American ties, which are at a low point as it is, as well as obviously deal a blow to the foreign policy plans of the incoming administration of the president-elect." Heather?
It's interesting because the Russian Foreign Ministry, we reported this morning, had actually recommended that they expel the U.S. diplomats from Russia. So he's going the opposite direction. What is next for the U.S.? What's the next step for us?
Well, the State Department, as of noon, has told Russia there are two compounds that are going to be off limits for them. There was a compound in Long Island as well as one near us here in Maryland. U.S. officials believe that was used for intelligence gathering. Also, the 35 diplomats and their families have until Sunday to get out of here. The Trump administration doesn't seem impressed with these actions.
It is unprecedented for us to expel as a nation that many operatives over such a short period of time. But at the same time, the GRU, where these operatives are, they don't really travel here. They don't keep their assets here. So one wonders,